I feel like it's definitely one of those things, like, until you've kind of done it, you probably don't really know. And that's the boat I feel like I'm in, like the boat of mystery here. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda and I am a very small reseller. I'm a very new YouTuber, and today I wanted to go through a few different art pieces with you and kind of talk about the artist who did them, how I acquired them, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get started. Printed this out just more or less for the picture on it so you guys could see exactly who I'm talking about. And this is the lady here. It was an article, like a local article from Eudora, Kansas, where she was living at the time when I had met her. And I believe before in my videos I had said like Japanese, and I believe I'm incorrect. I believe she's Chinese, so I do apologize. So this is her card that she gave me when I met her. Alice Mingsing Kuo. But again, I'm sure I'm not actually pronouncing that correctly. So she was the executive director at International Sculpture Foundation. I know they did a lot of work between like Chinese heritage art and that kind of thing, and bridging it between American artists and different, I don't know, like galleries and events and things like that, to bring light to Chinese artists. She is a fantastic artist. I was really kind of blown away. And, you know, I'm not an expert on art or gauging art and the quality of art and all that. I'm not even going to pretend to tell you that I am. I'm just going off my own personal observation and my thoughts on it. Plenty of people may see this and say, oh my gosh, that is ridiculously horrible. And that is totally fine. We all see things differently. We all have different viewpoints and experiences on things, and that is fine. But I just thought I'd put up front there that I'm not an art expert. I'm getting ready to list these items, and these were all sculptures that I got from her. And I had come across a Facebook marketplace listing, and it was kind of like a moving sale. And she had, you know, all this art, sculptures, you know, handmade pieces and stuff that she was trying to get rid of, and she was moving back, I believe, to China. And so I went out and met her at her place, and basically what I got was kind of what she had left. And I think I gave her $80 total for all of these pieces, not knowing what I'd be able to sell them for. She studied under a man named Jim Leedy, and Jim Leedy, along with his buddy, Peter Volkis, they had started the first art gallery in Kansas City. And they also founded the Crossroads Art District here in Kansas City. And so, you know, these are pretty prominent figures in the art world, at least to some degree from what I understand. I've watched like some old videos and stuff on Jim Leedy and everything. It's a very interesting person. There's not a ton of information out there on Alice. You know, this article that I have is probably one of the main things that I'm able to find. But I'm going to put on the screen here some of the paintings over at, what is it called? Buttonwood Art Space. Some of her paintings are still for sale and everything. So anyways, I'm wanting to get these pieces listed, and I've shown you guys this dude here. And I said I thought her son maybe did it, and the reason I said that is because a while back when I had first gotten all this stuff, and I was trying to do like some deep dive, you know, research just to find information to put with my listing on the artist, right? And I want to say I'd come across an article, and it was talking about, I think she had maybe 2 sons, but it was talking about at least one of them who had participated in like an art exhibit here locally, and it was a sculpture art exhibit. And so I don't know why, but I just have it in my mind for some reason that her son may have done this piece. I may be wrong. She may have done it herself, but for as much as a weirdo as he is, if you look at, you know, just the detail in the sculpture, I mean, even down to his little feet, it is pretty astounding. And it's, you know, like a stoneware. And then, of course, I can't read this inscription, but it does have this Japanese, or excuse me, Chinese. It does have this Chinese inscription on the back. So I want to get him listed, and I have no idea what to list him for. I feel like with art, it may be better to put it on auction, because I don't know on the one-off pieces. You know, you're not going to find another one of these. These were not made and mass produced. This is the only one. So in those situations, I am very inexperienced and at a loss as to how to place a value on it. So I can say that about all of these pieces here. We'll kind of go through each one of them. I guess I'm curious, you know, how you guys go about it. My thoughts right now are, I'd almost like to put them on auction on Niknax. I haven't done an auction on Niknax. I've only got 10 or give or take postings on there so far, which I'll be working on after I'm done with this. But I'm almost wanting to do auction on Niknax. And the reason I'm thinking Niknax, I don't know how the auction would turn out on there. I have no clue. But I don't know. I'm tempted to try it because I have a feeling that the outcome has the potential to be better than eBay. Even though eBay theoretically has a multitude, you know, more of people that would potentially see it, sure. But I think that a lot of the people that know about Niknax are coming to Niknax are people that obviously follow Jocelyn, and a lot of the people that, you know, she's got on there as sellers and stuff. A lot of those folks have YouTube channels, you know, you guys are familiar with them and stuff. So I just think that the type of people coming directly to Niknax are more of the people that would be interested in this kind of thing. And I feel like it would possibly have better exposure to people that are going to be more in the market for this, rather than just the random how many ever millions of people on eBay. I don't know. So that's where my thoughts are on it. I'm curious what you guys think, but we're going to find out, because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with this one. These are all heavy, okay? These are all heavy. She has some kind of a carpet that she put on the bottom of this, and I would guess it's hollow on the inside, but you wouldn't think she's hollow by her weight. Let me get her up close here. I want you guys to kind of be able to see the detail. And I believe she's, you know, stoneware of some type, some degree. This is the sculpture that she told me she had modeled after a teacher of hers. I'm not sure what the exhibit was or whatnot. I just remember her telling me that she had taken it to this exhibit, and somebody had offered her, I don't know, multiple thousands of dollars for it. Whether that story is in fact true, I don't have any reason to doubt it, but I can't vouch for it outside of the fact that she told me that. I don't know what it would actually go for. I'm doubting it would be thousands and thousands of dollars, but I could be surprised. I don't know. It's outside of my wheelhouse, especially for things that I have ever sold before, you know. And the other thing, like I said, with these pieces being heavy, every single one of these would be slightly expensive to ship. I mean, we'll throw that out there now. We don't need to repeat it 1,000 times, but we all know that, right? So here, this guy, well, he's a horse, and he has a break along his head. She said that he had fallen off the porch or something. And so she fixed him. He's not just like glued back together. She did clay or whatever, you know, this guy is. He seems more ceramic. Yeah, he seems more ceramic. but she repaired them with clay or whatnot, but why she didn't like actually fix the crack so it wasn't noticeable, I don't know. But he's not going anywhere. He doesn't seem to be anywhere. It seems to be very stable. I don't know that anybody would want him knowing that he'd been decapitated once before. Is there some benefit to the fact of knowing that the artist is the one that repaired it? I don't believe any inscription on this one that I could find anywhere in English, Chinese, or other. But it's just a really cool, just super lifelike. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry. That's talent, man. Like, even the muscular structure in the face is there. That's insane. That's not easy to do. This one here is she's hollow. Again, some kind of a stoneware. But this one here, it's very heavy. It is a self-portrait sculpture that she did of herself. That's nuts. I mean, look at the detail in the brow. This is just, I don't know. I don't think this is easy to do. And why it's painted like a shimmery bronze. Was it supposed to be in the style of like a bronze sculpture? I don't know. Probably. This little thing I pulled out just to show you guys too. This is just a little ceramic a fortune cookie that she gave me. She said that she had made a bunch of these and she was giving them to friends. And then there's this guy. He also has a hollow inside. He does have some more inscription. Oh, and I think that's right. I think I looked this up. Shawan, Foshan, China, Liao Haifeng, 2016, 314. That's right. That's where I got his name from, I think, which I believe was her son. He's beyond cool, but he's a heavy guy. He does have one of his eyebrow horns there have been clipped off. You really can't tell when you're just looking at him straight on, just because of the amount of detail going on in the face and everything. You really don't notice it, but still definitely something that I would, because I am aware that it appears that, you know, it was broken at some point, I would, of course, disclose that. Yeah, I think this had something to do with KU, Kansas University. On the side of him here in like, I don't know, some kind of a glaze or whatever, it says guard. So I don't know if is that the owl's name? I don't know. But wow, that's a workout. I'm curious how much he weighs. Let's find out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the owl guy is just shy of 13 pounds. So yeah, he's a little heavy. I almost forgot to show you guys this birdhouse. This one here is not one of the more fancy ones. This one here, I think she just did as a like side piece, and I think she just had it as decor on her porch at home. But she gave this one to me, and you know, it's kind of that you know, folk art style, and it's still cute. I like it. I think it would look good like on somebody's sun porch or something like that. I don't know if I would use it as an actual birdhouse, but I don't know. Could you put an air plant in there or something? I don't know. It's still kind of neat. I wouldn't expect to get much out of him, but who knows? Be surprised. But I thought I just needed to make a small video, a short video about this artist and everything, and kind of showcase that. A lot of times when you come across these one-off type of pieces, you have little to no information on the person who did it. There's a lot of artists out there that their name just kind of drifts off into the abyss of history, and they're never a big well-known artist. And the paintings and stuff that she has over at Buttonwood Art Space, I mean, they're incredible in my humble opinion, in my art educated opinion. They're incredible. And the fact that she studied under Jim Leedy, who is such a huge figure, you know, and they had a pretty close relationship. They were friends for a long time, according to her. So I just felt like I should dedicate a few moments anyway to sharing the little bit of info that I do have about her, and the fact that I was able to actually meet the artist in person. You know, I think that that's pretty valuable information. It's a good provenance anyway to be able to carry along with these pieces, so that hopefully that information doesn't get lost. But yeah, you could try going online and doing some deep dive searches. Like I said, most of what I found was stuff like newspaper articles and things like that. So it's generally not going to be like information pulling up just in a blog necessarily. Now, Jim Leedy, that's a little different. There's a lot more info out there on him. He was far more prominent than Alice here, but nonetheless, I thought I'd share that info with you guys. And I think that's what I'm thinking about doing as far as listing them. I think I'm going to start with my little squirrel guy here, and I'm going to try him on Niknax and run him as auction. I just feel like Niknax is potentially a better place for this type of item to go to auction. And I think that the majority of people on there as buyers are potentially going to be more in the arena of customer that is looking for this kind of thing. I mean, this is, like I said, you can't buy this somewhere. You can't, there will never be another one. There's this guy and that is it. It's same thing with all these pieces, and the owl back there that's 400 pounds. That is really cool to me. So again, I just wanted to take a few minutes and share that with you guys, and let me know your guys' experiences on selling art like this, and have you ever done it, and how did you go about figuring out kind of how to price it, and you know, or did you just go to auction with it, or you know, do you avoid it altogether? I mean, this obviously can be a kind of difficult thing to sell, and so you know, as far as getting correct value and stuff, especially when you don't know what that should be. So I don't know, I'm curious like how you guys out there have ever handled it, or how do you think you would handle it? Even if you've never done it, what are your thoughts on it? You know, like I said in the beginning, guys, I'm a new reseller. This kind of stuff is brand new to me, and I feel like it's definitely one of those things, like until you've kind of done it, you probably don't really know, and that's the boat I feel like I'm in, like the boat of mystery here, because I don't know, I just don't, and so I'm curious on your guys' thoughts on it. So I do have some other artwork and stuff, not this artist, but just other artwork that I want to show you guys that I'll do another video here soon on. And you know, it's a lot of like drawings and paintings and stuff that are obscure artists, but they're cool and they're dated in the 1800s and stuff like that. And I don't know how to go about really pricing those. To me, they're invaluable, but invaluable like worth $1 million invaluable, or invaluable just in the mere fact of that it's an old piece of art that somebody did in the 1800s and it looks cool. I don't know. Oh, somebody did mention in the comments on I think my last video, one of my recent videos anyway, telling me to put my store links in every video description, and I really didn't know if I could do that, which is why I hadn't. I just had it in my like bio page thing, my YouTube page. But I went through last night and I added that to each one. I added my Niknax and my eBay store link. So, you know, I think I've said in another video, like, feel free to go over and check them out. You don't have to buy anything, but, you know, go check them out and let me know what you think. I'm just kind of curious because I would like to tailor my stores to fit the audience that is actually viewing them. And I won't know what's good or not so good about them unless you guys tell me. So it would be really helpful. Go check it out and let me know your thoughts. Anyways, guys, I guess that's it for right now. So I'll see you on the next one.